Do you understand that you are called not to act good, not to do good, and not to look good, but to be good? Actors, doers, and lookers of good put themselves on the platform and play the disadvantages of others to their own benefits. Life is a show for them, and opportunities to be noticed is their stage. Their reward is limited to the applause they get from those for whom they perform. But if you are good, you need no shows to be who you are. You do out of your being. You dish out of the goodness of God within and need no witnesses but God, whose reward alone you seek. Whether you are praying or giving, don't make a show of you and don't make a trade-off of the unfortunate circumstances of others. When God helps you, it's between you and Him. And He lets you tell the story. When you help others, do the same. Let it be between you and them, and give them the due respect to tell their story, because that's what it is. You are only the interface between them and God. Actors get public applause and messengers get God's reward. If you shouldn't be acting before people, should you now act before God? What for? Who pretends pious before God, who sees and knows everything and think they'll get away with it? God is no fool. Get smart. Don't play games with God. The focus of your life and actions should be God-centered, not self-centered. When your thoughts, words, and deeds proceed from that God-centeredness, it doesn't matter who is there or not. You do what you do, simply, sincerely, and quietly, and that thrills God. If your life shouldn't be a show, neither should your prayer. Do not copy those who mouth lofty and tedious words, thinking they are impressive. God sees the emptiness and worthlessness of it all. Don't act with God. He's your Father. Don't throw shallow words at Him. It gets you nowhere. When you talk to your Father, speak from the heart. He knows the song of your heart, the sound of your voice, your true voice. That's what He longs to hear whenever you put your mouth in His ears. This is an example of how to talk to your Father, our Father. Our Father who is above all, your name is holy and mighty. Show us who you are. Teach us to do your will, right here as it is done up there. Feed us today and we'll be fed. Forgive us and we'll be freed, even as our forgiveness frees others. Hide us from evil that lurks within and without, because you own us all, you own it all, and you rule above all, now and forever. Amen. Prayer is not a show. It's a channel that links our heart to God's so we can receive whatever we need from Him and step out to give to others what He generously gives to us. But if we refuse to keep the distribution link open to others, we block our reception link to God and run the risk of running dry and out. When you are denying yourself anything in order to draw closer to God and get deeper into His will, don't make a show of it. Don't call attention to yourself or to what you're doing, because all you'll get is the admiration of those you seek to impress. Clothe your sacrifices with generous sincerity and merry modesty, and the God who admires those will reward you richly. Do not save what makes you the richest in a world that depreciates every day. The risk is too high. The world will sink them if the thief doesn't steal them from you. And what a catastrophic loss that is. But if you save them with God, nothing and nobody can overpower him to take them away. Not only are they safe, you will be safe too, because there is no fear of ever losing what is dearest to you. And it keeps your heart on longing forever with God, which is the best place to be. Your eyes are the access to your soul. Keep them guarded but open, and good will flood your soul. Leave them careless and slanted, and you are in trouble. Let the light of truth go through your eyes and free your soul, or lies will trap you in darkness. Just like you can't put both hands in your mouth at the same time. You can't love God of heaven and the God of this world at the same time. Every time you choose to put one hand in your mouth, you forgo the other. Every time you say yes to the God of heaven and his ways, he sends a clear message of no to the God of this world. You can't say yes to both at the same time, because you can't talk out of both sides of your mouth at the same time. And you can't stand on the fence. You must choose one or the other. Every time you worry about anything, you are expressing a lack of trust in God and in his ability to take care of you. Yes, your worry loudly says to God's hearing, I'm concerned because I'm not convinced you can do what you promised. How insulting. And we don't even realize it. Check out the birds. Ever seen them hanging their heads and wondering, who will take care of me today? And if they don't, why should you, whom God values much more? If the birds know the uselessness of worry, shouldn't you know better? Who has ever changed a thing by worrying? None. Because worry does no work and renders zero help. Instead of cluttering your head, worrying about what you can help, why not step out and see how nature responds to the lavish care of its maker? They never ask. They take whatever is given and they thrive wherever they are placed. Not even the most successful of us all is as trusting, timely, and fruitful as the nature that surrounds us all. If God has designed these creatures that have no brain like us to tell the seasons and thrive their best in each, how much more you and me? If God invests so much in nature that is today, here, and gone tomorrow, how much more for us who are designed to live with him forever? Why do you think so little of yourself and not realize you belittle God with your myopic thoughts, fears, and worries? Please, no more worrying about anything. No more insulting God like the world out there does. Be different because you are different. Trust God. Trust his provisions. Trust his timing. He is your father, not an irresponsible father that needs reminding of the needs of his children. Our Father knows it all and cares for us all, and nothing is too much for him to give us. He's not burdened by the duty of taking care of us. He knows what we need, and he knows how to get his fatherly duty done. Let him. Trust him. Instead, focus your attention on him, to know him, to understand and follow his ways, because his path is lined with all we will ever need to thrive in life. So please, give up worrying and stop insulting our mighty Father and faithful God. Thank you. Focus on where he is today. Align with what he is doing right now. He'll take care of the rest. Here are some questions for reflection. Note the responses in your journal. What aspect of your life stirs up worry? Why do you feel concerned about that? What are you afraid of? Can you take that concern and lay it at the foot of the cross and leave it there for Jesus to take care of on your behalf? As you walk away from there, be determined not to take back something you've already handed over to God. It's now God's concern. Let Him do with it as He pleases. Don't look back and don't try to take it back. Trust that God will take care of it. Do the same every time with everything that stirs you to worry. Check out the links and the scriptures below for additional help. Feel free to share your response in the comments. Be inspired. You are a star, and it's your time to shine. Join me in the next video, still on this series of divine interruption, and learn. Don't play games with God.